This is an old Compaq Contura 425 laptop. I purchased this laptop in the fall of 1993, and if you can believe it, originally came with 4 megabytes of memory. This is a battery pack insert right here. Today you could barely read an email for that amount of memory. This particular laptop, memory chips were added into it that boosted it up to, I think, 16 is what it was last. And it performed well. It was still operating the last time I actually had it in use. The battery pack was getting decrepit, so I broke this case open and took the batteries out, simply keeping the case so that it would fit into the unit without causing that gap in the bottom. It also has a separate battery pack that you have to plug into the unit to make it function. I was hoping to get this thing started, but it no longer will start, and I'm not sure why that's the case. Maybe somebody has a clue. The last time it was up and running, it was in fine condition. In order to start this unit, pretty much like any computer, you have to press this big pink button up here, which I will do. The power, it has been powered up in the sense that the power is plugged into it. And once you do that, what you hear is a click, which may not be perceptible on this cam, and the lights on the indicator will come on, but then the unit just will not start. You hear a click, and you also hear what might be the hard drive trying to start, but it just doesn't do anything. If anyone has any tips, the battery pack insertion doesn't seem to make any difference. I don't think it's a multi-pin battery pack. I don't think that there's any combination of connections on that would fail, that would cause this to fail to start, even though it's not inserted into the unit. But I don't have that type of technical information to be sure. Anyway, this is a computer I really don't want to toss out. It's possibly no good anymore, but it's also not worth having worked on. But for anybody with a computer history type buff interest, this is a pretty old computer. This is the power supply to this Compaq Contura. I took it apart and severed the lead to the computer side because I wanted to try a voltage input using a transformer. This particular power supply was supposed to deliver about 18 volts AC to this computer, and when I tested it for a voltage output on an ohm meter, it was reading 40 volts. In fact, I tested it a number of times to be sure that I was getting a correct reading, and my ohm meter is not in dispute. So what apparently happened is that the power supply has gone bad, probably the secondary wiring, I don't know, and as a consequence of over voltage, it's probably blowing the motherboard of the computer. I'm going to have to presume that's the reason, because the computer doesn't work and I can't make it start. So there's a lot of chat about power supplies and what they can do or not do to a computer in terms of damage, and I think that's what happened in this case.